It is they
Who
keep a
said that?
leader in the Beanie Siegel.
Beanie
Inside
Siegel?
voices.
Oh,
Yep.
Inside.
there we are. Where Keith? Where you at this time, dude?
Extreme Action Park.
Again?
We're in an area where
Yeah.
it's quiet. Did you bring
What?
your headphones?
Yeah, I have my headphones on right now.
All right.
That's good there.
And my mic volume's all the way up.
All right.
My
What up, Ark? How you doing,
my
bro?
speaker volume's all the way
Okay, I
up.
suppose.
You know what's interesting? And
Suppose everything okay?
Brian, you're not live yet, are you? Keith,
I am. Yes.
You are
What the fuck?
you're live right now, Brian.
I am. Yes, I am.
All right.
All right there. All right. So, what's up, everybody? We're alive, ready, and willing as always. There. And I'm gonna go to Chrome here, look up some stuff, look up some stuff for our topic tonight. There, and I
What?
suggested, I had mentioned this last week at the end of the last pre-show that we did there. And let me show it. Let me blah blah blah. There. Let
Have
me.
some interesting news that's going to take a little bit of not a lot of time, but it's definitely a big issue in the news.
Really?
But this topic for this evening is very interesting. Let me put on my headphones there, honeys.
All right there.
And Keith, if you could pull up the news, please. I sent you.
Yeah.
Start with the guitarist's death first, and then we'll dive into the Journey news.
Yeah. Definitely. So I guess there's more issues with Journey. I guess, what I understand.
We need to unmute Keith.
Well, I think Keith is. No, he is muted. There he is.
someone muted me. It wasn't I didn't mute myself, someone muted me.
Well, I think it may have been
I
wired
know.
because of the noise in the background, as always.
Yeah, I was
Here,
getting too loud. It was getting too loud there for a
way
minute.
it
Yeah,
loud.
I don't what okay, so what who which guitarist died?
I sent you in the chat there.
Right there.
I don't see it. Let me see.
Uh,
Chat.
Yell at
Oh,
everybody to shut up.
okay, I see it
In
now.
the
Dr.
it's in the group
Feelgood,
chat.
guitarist.
It's in the group
Okay.
chat.
okay,
How do
there.
I
All
sound,
right.
guys?
Pretty good, man.
All right, thank you. Go ahead,
All
Keith.
right.
Dr. Oh man, I forgot his name. Dr. Feelgood? Dr.
Yeah.
No,
Feelgood. Whatever.
no,
No.
this ain't no. This
No.
ain't that Doctor Feel Good. Doctor Feel Good was a band, and the
Nah,
guitar.
Dr. Feelgood,
I know.
guitarist, passed.
Yeah,
Okay, Dr.
Wilco John.
Feelgood guitarist Wilco Johnson dead at 75.
Mm-hmm.
Wilco Johnson, guitarist and vocalist of British rock band Dr. Feelgood, died at the age of 75. News of Johnson's passing was confirmed on his social media pages early this morning. The message states this is the announcement we never wanted to make, and we can do so with a very heavy heart. Wilco Johnson died. He passed away at home on Monday, November 21st. Thank you for respecting the family's privacy at this very sad time. R.P. Wilco Johnson, the original Dr. Feelgood guitarist, known for his distinctive chopping guitar style, found further fame on TV and Game of Thrones, playing mute executioner Sir Lion Payne in the first, second seasons, and also rose up the charts once more after teaming up with the Who frontman Roger Daltrey on the hit 2004 album Going Bad Home, with features incendiary reworkings of songs from Wilco's Dr.
Now,
Feelgood's,
Dr.
including
Brown, was
all.
this song made? Is this what Motley Crue came up with this song about, this guy? Or
I do not know. Well, actually, is Doctor Feel Good a band?
yes.
Okay, there. So I'm not too sure. I don't think I ever heard of the band Doctor Feel Good until now. I know there was a Doctor Hook and the Medicine Show from ages ago, but that was about it. And of course, the Dr.
Well,
John.
finally, Dr. Earl gets stumped.
Pretty much there, yeah. Anyways, and plus we cannot forget Dr. Dre and Dr. John.
And Dr. Brown.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly, yeah.
We are still technically part of music
We
in
are.
the whole. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? We fly the flag, help fly that flag and that banner. But yeah, I never heard of this guy either. But it's another musician's death, so we gotta pay respect. And how old was he, Keith?
It says here
Um.
75.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the big news
All
tonight,
right.
basically on this Journey thing, right?
All right.
It's basically the members that are in Journey, two members,
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Cain and um, good golly, what was it? What was it, Keith?
The guitar player?
Uh.
Yeah,
Oh,
Neil Sean,
Yes.
and
yeah.
they're basically suing each other.
What?
But really, but it's really Neil Sean spending the
Narrative.
company, the band. He's spending the company band credit card on items of his lavish lifestyle. Was the quote from Jonathan Cain. Now, Keith, if you want to go ahead and read that
Yeah, look at
article,
some. This is a new one there.
this is a good one.
Yo, you mean the Jonathan Cain article?
Yes.
Okay. Journey keyboardist Jonathan Cain has fired back at guitarist Neil Scott over allegations that Cain been blocking
Sean.
access to critical. Yeah, whatever.
Jesus Christ.
Critical
Keith, can we,
financial.
Keith,
go to a
step
place where there's no
outside,
people,
dude.
please.
Oh, all right. I'll go back to the spot where I was before.
Is there a smoking area? For Christ's sake.
No, well, yeah, that's outside, but no, I'll go back to where the laser tag is. It's kind of quiet over there. That's where I was like 2 minutes ago. Sean filed a lawsuit against Cain last month in California State Court, alleging that Cain set up an American Express card without telling Sean that millions of Journey funds have flowed through it. Sean's attorneys claim in the suit, which was filed in Contra Costa in the Bay Area, California, that Cain hasn't turned over financial records that allow Sean to know much the band owes him. According to the lawsuit, Cain and Sean set up a company after a previous legal dispute with former bass player Rose Valerie that operates the band, no matter which they own 50% each as a member, manager, and funder and leader of Journey. The documents say Sean has the right to access and control Norman's books and records. Sean must have unfettered access to Norman's records so he can oversee and manage the modern Journey. Earlier today, Cain released the following statement.
Put the mic closer to your mouth, Keith.
Yeah.
All right.
So we can
Thank
hear you
you.
better.
Okay. Regarding Sean's lawsuit, this is a matter that should have been resolved privately, but I am forced to publicly respond now to Neil's malicious lies and personal attacks on my family in an effort to garner public support for his ill-convicted lawsuit that has absolutely no merit. Neil has always had access to the credit card statements, which lacks, and what he is really seeking is the ability to increase his spending limits. Since Neil decided to publicize what's going on, I can tell you we will present the evidence to the court that shows that Neil has been under tremendous financial pressure as a result of excessive spending and extravagant lifestyle, which led to him running up enormous personal charges on the band's credit card account. Jonathan continued, when efforts were made to limit his use of the card to legitimate band expenses, Neil unfortunately decided to attack me rather than trying to get reckless spending under control. I am saddened by the situation for Neil and for our fans, but since Neil filed a lawsuit, I suspect we will not be able to ignore court as he was ignored court countless financial advisors and accountants he was fired over the past several years who have tried in vain to help him. Cain added in a separate statement, Cain's attorney Alan Gottman Law said the evidence was established that Sean's financial crisis had nothing to do with his professed unfiltered access to No Montes records. Our investigations have established that Sean's personal financial problems resulted solely from his reckless spending, including what appears to be charging more than $1 million of improper personal expenses on the band's corporate Norman to Amex card. Sean's complaint is a classic example of desperate people doing desperate things. It's very unfortunate that Neil alone has created such difficulties for himself and his family through his prolific spending. On Monday, November 21st, several hours after Sean's legal action was covered by a number of media outlets. Neil took to his social media to write, "The only comment I'll make at this time is it's all very unfortunate. Tried for over a year to attain all our corporate records for no matter with many personal emails to John, as well as many legal letters stating it's my legal right. But I was left no choice but to take illegal. An earlier message on social media account Neil shares with his wife Michael. Sean read, "Thankful for American Express and the bank for telling Neil Sean but the truth about John Kane and Paul White going behind Neil's back, adding Paul White to journey corporate banking in 2020 is unethical and lawful to Neil. He said never do it. Then they did anyway. Good for the honest, rank, red, thankful, faith." Back in 2017, Sean Kane featured publicly on social media after Kane singer Aria Hirno Valley was photographed at the White House with then U.S. President Donald Trump. Kane is a devout, born-again Christian whose minister wife, Paul White Kane, delivered the invocation at Trump's inauguration. Yeah.
Okay.
This is just the latest in a string of lawsuits between current and former Journey members in recent years. This past September, former Journey singer Steve Perry sued.
Keith, you knew Jonathan Kane was born again Christian?
Yes, I have. Yes.
No, not me. I don't even. This is the first time I've ever heard of Jonathan Kane or whatever his name is.
Well, I've heard of him for years, man. He
Yeah.
joined Journey back in 1981 on the Escape album, which became a massive hit.
Yeah, I've always hated the song "Don't Stop Believing." I just hate that song. It sounds so corny. It's
Really?
one of the most corniest songs ever. It's corny. All right. There,
Well,
3.5.
Let's not be
Okay,
negative about me. Let's not be negative about rock music, okay?
Yeah, rock and roll. Yeah.
It doesn't sound like rock. It sounds like
Yes, it
like
does.
like
Yes,
those.
it
It
does.
sounds. No, it sounds like those stations like Light 101.5. Listen while you work. We play refreshing light music. That's what it sounds like.
It is kind of lighter. Journey, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly. But then again, they did the same with "Photograph" by Def Leppard a couple times. I remember. And Keith stepped somewhere else where there ain't no damn people.
No, this place
Jeez.
is packed. I'm in a quiet spot right now. No music.
That's quiet?
No art. Yeah. See, I'm at Extreme Action Park. You know what I just realized tonight? Extreme Action Park is very loud. Like, really loud. And I just noticed that tonight. Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
3.5 years ago, Sean and Kane were embroiled in a legal dispute with former Journey drummer Steve Smith and Valerie in April 2021. Sean and Kane reached an American settlement agreement with Smith and Valerie. Journey now consists of Sean and Kane, longtime singer Arnold Pineda, drummer Dean Costello, keyboards, backing singer Jason Derlock, and bassist Todd Jason. End of article.
All right.
Now I can walk around.
All right. And also, Motley Crue and Dokken are releasing some box sets of their
Yes.
the albums they did on the Elektra Records back in the 80s there. I sent YR both those links there. I guess it's going to, for the Dokken set, it's going to conclude Breaking the Chains, Tooth and Nail, Under Lock and Key, I guess Back for the Attack. Was those four? I guess those 4 albums they did, if I'm correct. Let me look it up again there. Blah, blah. Docking, yes.
It was Tooth and Nail.
Tooth and Nail, Breaking the Chains.
Breaking the Chains, Kiss of Death, and...
Kiss of Death.
Or not Kiss of Death.
I was going to say, that's a song, man.
The song. Under lock and key, back for the attack, breaking the chains in tooth and nail.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is what. Yeah. Basically.
Under
This.
lock and key isn't a bad album either.
All right there. Yeah. I remember. I think
As
you
a
played.
Hunter,
Yeah. I know.
Hunter's on there.
And
A
it's
few
gonna
other
be due
ones.
of in January of next year. It's gonna be the called the Electro albums from 1983 to 1987. Due this coming January of next year. Is coming from BMG Music Distribution. And it's going to, of course, feature the classic lineup, of course, Don Dokken, George Lynch, Jeff Pilson, and Wild Mick Brown. Now, Motley Crue.
Well,
Go
all
ahead.
it is the Dokken one. Um, it all that happened on that. All it is basically there's no extras, there's no behind the scenes, there's no outtakes. It's basically all four of those albums remastered by Andy Sneap, and
Nice. Credit to him.
it's gonna be albums or CDs you could choose, and um, honestly, what do people really prefer? Do they prefer new albums or the old classic vinyl albums? If they're non-scratched, I wonder what people prefer more: these newly made records or like original ones to play.
I'll
I
tell
don't
you
know.
what I prefer YouTube. That's what I prefer. YouTube.
Keith, well, let me, from a guy who grew up on vinyl records, and it's kind of like, I guess what it is that nowadays that the vinyl that's coming out today has all been remixed, remastered, and and all that shit there. Whereas the original was as it is, how it originally was presented there. I guess what it
Yes.
is I guess what it is with all the digital technology that we have nowadays, they try to apply that with all the vinyl to make it sound fresh, to make it sound good. But to me, it'll be interesting that it'll be for me. It would like to be. I would like to have both, the original and the remastered,
Mm.
because that way it's like the best. To me, it's like having your
What's
cake
the
and eat it too.
difference? Like, is there really a big sound difference
Well,
from a remastered and
from what I
original?
understand, well, I guess when I understand a remaster, that it sounds the same, but yeah, it's often kind of like sounds a little bit more clear, for what I
Mm.
understand, especially with some like the drum sounds and everything else there. Because sometimes in the original recordings, the drums often get lost in the sound there. You can hardly hear the snare, let alone the kick drum.
Mm.
But I think what it is that nowadays all these all these record labels are now putting out vinyl because vinyl has been a thing there for the past couple of years, which is good. Like I said, I'm a guy who grew up on vinyl, and of course now when you look at it, vinyl is basically how we started listening to music originally, back from the 1920s, on those thick ass records that were about 10 inches long from originally there, long to the
Mm.
7-inch 45 singles that used to come out as well there. Now, with all the
How much was
vinyl,
a record back in? How much did it cost to get a record back in the day?
an album,
Six.
yeah, it was about, well, it all depends on if it was a sale or not, how hot the album is. If a new album came out and it was doing hot, it would be about $7.99.
Mm.
But a regular album that came out last year will probably be about $6.99 there.
So like $20 back in those days is the equivalent to like $100 today.
Pretty much, yeah. Same thing with concert tickets. It would take about three-quarters of a $20 bill for one concert ticket.
Mm.
Yeah. A cassette would cost about the same thing as a vinyl album there, except unless it was a double album, then it would probably cost a couple bucks more. CDs would come out, and it'd be about, those would cost about 13 or 12.99, $15.99 at some other record shop that likes to jack up the costs at times there.
Keith, have you ever bought a cassette tape with music?
Yes. Yeah. In the early '90s, mid '90s, I also bought. Well, yeah. Okay, I bought a few cassette tapes, but I also bought a lot of CDs.
Did we lose him?
Uh-oh.
Keith's mic went out again.
Hi, blank
There you
cassette.
go.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh,
We
hello.
can hear you now.
Okay.
Your voice went out a little bit there,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, okay. I think I just left the Wi-Fi.
Ah, that's probably why.
And so, oh yeah, so like the late '90s, early 2000s, I started buying cassette tapes and recording blank cassette tapes and recording songs off the radio, and then playing them back.
Really?
And I was buying
I would
okay,
do that.
I was buying a lot. Go ahead.
Why I was going to say something?
No, go ahead.
Well, I remember
Oh,
back
okay.
throughout the night. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I
Yo,
was
yo,
gonna.
yo. Let me say something. Let me say something.
Jeez. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yo, so I was like, oh yeah, I was buying CDs like late '90s, early 2000s. I was also buying cassette tapes, recording them off the radio, and then like, I don't know, I think 2008 or 2009, I just threw away all my CDs. A lot of them were scratched anyway,
Yeah.
and then I just like 2010, I just really got into YouTube for music, like it like I wasn't into any live shows, any of these like Joe Cronin or anything. I was just listening to YouTube for music. And
Wait, hold on a
and
minute.
then
Did we mention, we need to look into this news. This is big. This Elton John, these older people got beat up at the Elton John concert.
No,
wow.
I didn't know about this. What happened?
Here, I'll look it up. Look it up
Right,
on
good.
everywhere, really.
All right, there.
That sounds interesting.
All right, there. How in the world can violence occur at an Elton John concert?
Drunks. Everyone drinks at concerts. All concerts. Like Keith's country concert, people were
Oh
drunk.
yeah.
Fucking everywhere.
All right, there.
My mom after the concert the next day, my mom said, "Wow, everyone was like really friendly at the concert. No one was out of or acting unorderly or anything." And it's
Right,
true. Everyone was really friendly at the concert.
So you think it may have been some sort of argument over seating arrangements or something like that, or hey, you
Yes.
get too close to my girl?
Yes. I don't know. I sent the article there in the group there.
All right,
Oh,
there.
Dr. Earl, you read it.
Okay, let me look it up there. Blah blah blah. All right, there. Give me a couple minutes there.
I'm outside enjoying the cool weather right now.
How cool is it?
It's like 72, but
Oh, that
it was like
ain't much,
80.
man.
It was like 83 today. Now it's 72.
All right, this is from TMZ.com there, and unfortunately, it doesn't really give an article. I just see a screenshot here.
Oh,
What the heck?
that wasn't me.
I don't know. Let me see there. Let me look it up on the internet there. Elton John fans get beat up. Get beaten up.
RP was talking shit in someone's chat today.
Which
he got
one?
timed up.
Which one?
Tony's chat.
Really?
Tony finally timed him out because like RP started talking about shit about Tony's girlfriend.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So and then Tony's like, all right, you get timed out for talking about my girlfriend. Like she doesn't comment on anybody in the community. She's not on shows. So like, you get timed out for that.
Okay. Okay, this happened outside the Elton John concert in Dodger Stadium in LA. One person has been arrested after an older couple was brutally attacked while leaving the concert this past Thursday night. The fight broke out in the parking lot after the two parties were leaving the show, according to Los Angeles Police Department. The victims were a husband and wife in their 60s According to TMZ, the video of their attack has since gone viral on social media. It began as a verbal contra- confrontation over alleged fender bender, which eventually turned physical, police said. The older couple was attacked by a group of at least 4 to 6 people. An attack that included punching, choking, hair pulling, according to TMZ reports. Video obtained by TMZ shows a husband lying on the ground as a group of men surround him, pushing him down and punching him while he remained on the ground. Wow. A large group of bystanders is seen watching and just recording the incident. Geez, no one has. That's another thing I'd break. Got a sidebar on this one. See shit like this going down. Instead of just recording it on your damn phone, get in there and break up the fight for crying out loud.
No, I don't. I'll never break up fights. It's none of my business, and you would really go because you don't want to be in trouble if you. Like, what if the person punches you now? Now you got to punch him back, and now you're fully involved.
That is the case. I mean, said there was a few brawls in Chap's Bar and Grill back in Richmond, Michigan that went down that route a few times. Now, at one point, the wife allegedly hopped out of the car to help her husband, but was body slammed to the ground by the suspects. The injury left the couple unconscious, according to TMZ. The wife eventually regained consciousness and was able to drive her husband to the hospital where he currently remains. TMZ video shows a bystander recording the assault, which was noticed by one of the suspects who appeared to attack the guy recording the video. Jeez, that was loud. The identity of the person who was arrested has not been released yet, though LAPD confirmed the arrest was made the next Friday. Now, details are limited as the case remains under investigation. Wow. So, obviously it was a fender bender that caused this whole thing there. Probably, you hit my car, that kind of thing. That's usually enough to start fights on its own there. I remember one time at Harpo's Concert Theater when I first started going there, some girl struck a guy's car from behind, and he started yelling at her, why he started going off on her, blah, 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 and they start going off on each other. And then all of a sudden, there was this one guy standing there quiet, observing it, and the guy who got hit goes up there, bam, knocks the guy right down to the ground, knocks him unconscious for a couple of seconds there. For no reason. So, just, I don't know the whole details on that scenario, just other what I mentioned there. But, shit like that happens when, usually when there's a fender bender that happens. Because you know how people look at their cars as matinee idols at times.
Yes.
Yeah, they're, Al Jorgensen Ministry said it best. We look at the car not just as a vehicle for transportation, but as a god. And when you strike their god, oh shit will break loose. All right. Okay, so that's about it. I guess that's for the music news for right now, I guess. Now, let's get to the main topic here, which is pretty interesting I came up with, Now, we all know the connection between movies and rock and roll. There's so many movies about rock and roll and so many rock musicians, contributing to soundtracks and everything here, there, there are musicians who used to be in rock bands but now become doing film scores like Danny Elfman from Oingo Boingo doing all the music for Tim Burton's movies there. There's a dude named Graham Revell who was a part of an industrial group called SPK back in the early 80s there. He does, he composes music for various movies as well there. All right, and of course, there are many musicians out there who are actors and vice versa. And we also got to bring in some who didn't try to make it as musicians, but fortunately didn't really cut the cheese that well. All right there. All right. You have the art. I'm gonna. I should probably set up the art and send you a few of the mic. I'm talking double talk here. Okay. First off, Kevin Bacon.
Mm.
He plays guitar. He sings. And he has a band with his brother Michael called the Bacon Brothers. They started making music back around 1995, and they released about 6 records there. And plus, he remains active in movies as well there. Okay, I think you know what, Wire, definitely look up actors who are also musicians. It should be a long list. Let's do a
Yes.
what round there. Let's do a all round table like we have. Definitely.
Keith, you got that too?
Got
Look at
what?
actors who are also musicians. Look it up. There's a
Oh,
long
okay.
list.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
the number one person, Will Smith.
Yeah, but other than Will Smith,
Oh, okay.
there's many of them.
Yeah, I know another one, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Um, 45 famous actors you forgot were also musicians.
Okay.
Let's see. Where was the first one? Zosia Mamet.
Zozia
Zu-
Mamet.
yeah. Zooey Deschanel. This is people. It says people you forgot that were musicians.
Yeah, Zooey this channel. Yeah, she has a project called She and Him.
All right. Oh, let's see. Number 3, Zoe Kravitz.
The daughter of Lenny Kravitz, the lead of Simple and A.
Ooh, I just got 10,000 steps.
Mm.
Taylor Momsen.
From Gossip Girl, and of course that Grinch movie with Jim Carrey.
Scarlett Johansson.
Now she
Ryan.
recorded an album of Tom Waits covers,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I didn't know she was a singer herself there.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a musician as well.
Yeah. Robert Patterson.
Yeah.
Naomi Campbell.
Oh wow, I think didn't she release a couple singles? I guess.
Yes.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
Keith, hold
Michael-
on a second. Let's
Whoa.
give some of the lists to ARC as well and YR.
Okay.
Well, I have one. It's gonna be
I'll mute. Hold on.
All right. All right, there we go.
Mandy Moore.
Mandy Moore.
No. Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember her. She was one of those. She came out around the teen pop sensation there, next to Britney and Christina.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember seeing one of her earlier
I'm
videos.
Remember Mandy Moore,
missing you like
Yep.
candy. He has a song. I'm missing you like candy.
Are you sure
I think that's how
her?
it goes.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's Mandy Moore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Of course, we can't forget Jamie Foxx. Not only is he a good actor, he starred as Ray Charles there. His stint with In Living Color. In fact, one of his greatest characters on that show was Wanda. You may remember her, or that character, I should say there. He's released a couple albums there. In fact, one of his well-known songs is "Blame It on the Alcohol."
Yes.
Yeah, we remember here. That was a big played on the radio a lot of times. Johnny Depp. He plays guitar for a band called the Hollywood Vampires with Alice Cooper and members of Alice Cooper's band, as well as Joe Perry of Aerosmith. I guess he also did contributions to the original 21 Jump Street theme music song.
Yes.
That's right there. And he also had a project with one of the members of the Butthole Surfers called P that came out somewhere in the 1990s there that went nowhere for some dumb reason. Right? Okay, we cannot forget, of course, Cher. who starred in
Oh.
tons of movies and made dozens of albums there. She went from pop singer from the 60s and 70s. She did a little hard rock stint in later 80s there with the song If I Could Turn Back Time. If I Found Someone, that was assisted by the Bon Jovi crew there. And now she became this dance artist with that song Believe, which was one of the first tunes that introduced the auto-tune effect on her vocals there. Jared Leto, who currently stars in this streaming show called Morbius, based on a Marvel Comics character. He has a band called 30 Seconds to Mars. They got played a few times on the alternative stations there. Juliette Lewis, she has a band called Juliette Lewis and the Licks from 2003 to 2009. She has a new band called New Romantics. And she has her record label called Terra Incognita. Interesting there. And of course, we got Billy Bob Thornton, who is the ex-husband of Angelina Jolie. He got his music career got a few attention for years ago there, but not for a good reason there. Brie Larson. Let me look at this up here. Believe it or not, she's been sharing acoustic covers on social media over the past year. She even signed a record deal for some label I wasn't able to get here because the article cuts out there. Russell Crowe, believe it or not, apparently I guess he has as a musician he started out as before becoming a box office idol in the 80s there in the native Australia or native Englander. Is he Australian, by the way?
I don't know. Keith?
Look it up.
All right. Oh, who?
Russell Crowe. Is he Australian? I think he is.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, he's Australian. Yes.
All right, there.
I'll mute.
All right, there. Okay, there.
Arknolia?
Ark?
Hello.
Hello, we're waiting you to contribute, man. We all know one of the first people you have picked, Ricky Nelson, Elvis Presley.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Bruce Willis.
Oh, yeah. He had released tons of albums. The Return of Bruno. Remember that record from 86?
Yeah.
That was actually Motown. That came out on Motown Records that year. And prior to Joe Bugsby taking over Barry Gordy's position as head of that record label, because that was the last remaining top seller on that record label until Bugsby stepped in. Because Motown at the time had a lot of floundering artists on that roster. And then when Bugsby came in and started signing all the new acts for the New Jack Swing position there, that's when it got going once more.
What kind of music was Bruce Willis?
It was mostly blues. He had one of his big singles was a cover of "Respect Yourself," the Staple Singer classic there. In fact, if you remember the video for it, which came out that same year, it had a co-vocals from one of the Pointer Sisters. I think it'd been Anita or June or whichever there.
Kevin Costner.
Oh yeah, I think he may have played one of the downtown Holtowns back in Detroit a couple of years back there, if I'm correct there. but he's been involved in the music. Well, I guess he has a country stuff there as well. There,
And you did mention Elvis.
that's right. How many movies has he made there? For crying out
At
loud!
least 30.
Yeah, exactly. There. Now we should probably include the Beatles as well for their movies: Yellow Submarine, Help, Magical Mystery Tour, and of course the first one, A Hard Day's Night.
Mm.
Yep.
John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd.
Oh yeah, the Blues Brothers. They were big for a while there. Interesting stuff, but they had an album called Briefcase Full of Blues, and their version of Soul Man was spot on, massively cool. They also did a follow-up single called The Rubber Biscuit. I guess may have been I don't know if it was original or a cover or whichever there, but Aykroyd and Belushi, they had a hit. They had a click when it came to that project there. In fact, they had a click many times. They started many movies together. One of them called Neighbors at one point. You may remember the Blues Brothers movie. It came out in 1980, featuring Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, among others in the cast. Years later, we would get Blues Brothers 2000, featuring just Elwood, and recruiting John Goodman to take over Jake's place. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't mention Ricky Nelson.
Oh yeah, that's right. He started in the Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, and he had a music career after that show went off the air there.
Yeah.
In fact, we cannot forget his daughter Tracy, who is an actress, who was also a part of the show Square Pegs, featuring the young Sarah Jessica Parker. And also in the Father Dowling Mysteries later on NBC alongside Tom Bosley of Happy Days.
Jack Black.
Oh yeah, he's been everywhere. His band Tenacious D. He's done movies like King Kong, The School of Rock, among others there. All right. Hugh Laurie, the star of the show House. He has He has 2 legit blues albums to his credit. In fact, he has a band. In fact, he was part of this project called The Band from TV, which featured other musicians who also had to do acting stints as well there. I got to throw this gal out there. She was the one of the main topics earlier this year when her husband Will smacked the crap out of Chris Rock. Jada Pinkett Smith.
Mm.
Yeah, she was a front woman for a band called Wicked Wisdom, a heavy metal group. They even had I don't know if they were well received or what it was, but they had a couple of stints on that year's Ozfest tour there, or Ozfest performances.
Steve Martin.
Oh yeah, great banjo player. He had his song called King Tut. You may remember that from 1978. I was a big fan of him.
Oh, you said someone was banned from TV, and Noriega has a song called "Banned from TV."
No,
Dang.
banned from TV. Not that banned from TV. I'm talking B-A-N-D.
No, they're not. Oh, that.
Ban.
Wait.
That's in
Oh,
rock
like
band.
B-A-N.
B-A-N-D.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Noriega. He's a rapper. He has a song called "Banned from TV."
All right. All right, there. You may remember this lady, Katie Siegel, the star of Married with Children and Sons of Anarchy. She worked as a backup singer for the 70s and 80s for artists including Bob Dylan, Bette Midler, and many others. And she also was a member of a rock band called The Group with No Name. She provided vocals on one of its albums there. And she also released 3 albums in her solo career, believe it or not.
Dennis Quaid.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Oh wait, I guess the other band is spelled Banned, right?
Correct. Yeah. I
Oh,
think
okay,
that's what
okay, I
you're
got it.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
How about Macho Man?
Oh, yeah, Macho Man Savage. Yeah, he put out a single called "Be a Man,"
Yeah.
and that was directed towards Hulk Hogan, from what I understand. Also, got to throw this one, Classy Freddie Blassie. He had. I remember finding this record on Rhino Records at the nearby record store back in around '85. It was on colored vinyl, and it was a collection of him. Well, not doing songs. No, he's not much of a singer, but he would just talk over it. You know, like kind of like rhyming or rapping a little bit there to these slow tunes. Talk about this guy having a pencil neck geek and all that stuff there.
Well, when
And
you get down to it, William Shatner released an
Oh,
album.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
that's
remember
similar
that.
to what uh that's similar to what Buzz Lerman does. Like he had this one song that's called "Everybody Must Wear Sunscreen." He's like talking over the song. It's not really singing; he's talking.
Precisely there. That's what up.
Yep.
Yeah, but the thing is, the difference is Classy Freddie Blassie did it better than William Shatner did. Because I heard stuff that he was doing. I was like,
Ugh,
exactly.
ugh.
Yeah, Ark said it best, man.
Oh. Oh yeah.
And actually, Lauren Green had a couple of minor hits.
Oh, really there?
Yeah, he had one called Ringo,
Oh, and
which
that,
he didn't really sing. He just kind of talked.
right. And this had nothing to do with the Beatles drummer.
No, it was
Okay,
about an outlaw from the Old West.
I see there, yeah. Remember, he was in the show, that Old West show called Bonanza years before joining Battlestar
Tom
Galactica.
Mix. You
Tom,
remember Tom Mix?
Tom Mix.
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 Look,
Mix.
yeah, look him up, Keith. Tom Mix.
All right.
Jeff Bridges.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Remember the
Um,
that movie he did
Oh
with
yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer and with along his brother
mm,
Bo.
um,
I think him and
Mix.
Karen Allen did some of I forgot her actress name, but I think they both did the theme song for a song called Starman, a John Carpenter movie there in '84 there.
I. It says Thomas Edwin Mix was an American film actor and star of many early Western films between 1909 and 1935. He appeared
yeah,
in 200.
Hmm?
What?
What?
y'all never heard of that guy, bro?
I don't think I
Yeah, I
have.
did.
No.
I knew it was.
Oh.
He was like, you did, Art?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's kind of like John Wayne, Brown.
Right.
I see there.
Early
Yeah.
John Wayne.
I see there.
But, did we mention Ice Cube?
Oh yeah, we should because he's
Because
done
he,
Yeah,
tons of
definitely.
movies. Tons of movies, man. I bet if it's to say that he's become one of the biggest success stories since leaving
yes.
NWA.
So let's cut it back to NWA. So Keith, NWA back in the day, like it was like
Yeah,
kind of how hold on, it was kind of like how like people acted with that group, kind of how cancel culture is today, like the parents and everything. They didn't like NWA, right? Like,
No.
was it?
yes.
Because of that, because of the content of the songs, and plus that one song we all know by heart, "Fuck the Police."
Fuck the police.
Yeah, that got placed on the FBI's list there.
Damn.
Yeah, it was. In fact, here's the
I don't
story.
think. Yeah, I don't think they show that in the movie. That it got on the FBI list.
But here's a little story there. They were doing a show in Detroit, Michigan, and they were informed by the police in Detroit not to do "Fuck the Police." But you know what? NWA being as defined as it were, they decided to do the song anyways. The
Keith, what does
cop,
that stand for? NWA? What is it?
Niggers with attitude.
No,
Come on.
Actually, it was. Actually, it
I know,
was.
but don't say it.
I know. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
And
Well, I'm sure there's probably NWA music videos on YouTube. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
there
There is. Yeah.
But they were the first. Were they? Or who was first? Them or Run DMC?
Run DMC was first because he came out
Alright.
earlier than the 80s, around 82, 83.
But both from LA area.
No. Run DMC were from Queens, New York.
Ah.
Yeah.
same place as
What
50
nice
Cent.
tea.
Mm-hmm. Ice-T also. Oh, yeah. He's currently stars on the Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
Yeah, big.
Oh, yeah. He has his rap career. He has his heavy metal band, Body Count. And he's done tons of movies. One with Ice Cube called Trespass, Leprechaun in the Hood. He also was in New Jack City from
Wait a minute.
1991.
He has a heavy metal band.
Correct. Body Count. Look up the first album. Look up their other albums like Born
Now, what
Dead.
year did that?
That came out in 1992, and he got some heat from the LA from various police departments because of the song "Cop Killer."
Hmm.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
yes, that eventually they had to remove the song because it gained so much controversy and replace it with another song. But
Keith, do you support police, or are you in the hip hop culture where they don't support police? What do you?
I do support the police. I don't follow the street code. Never claimed I followed the street code.
Thank you.
Yep.
Dolly Parton.
oh yeah,
She was in the movie 9 to 5.
I remember from 1980. Yeah. And did she ever do any other movies as well, other than that?
She was. Yeah, she wasn't.
I don't
she
think
did-
so.
She has done cameos
All right, there.
for. I know. I think I've seen her. I swear I've seen her a couple. Okay, let me look it up.
All right, there. Got to throw this one out here. Jennifer Love Hewitt. She released 4 albums on the Atlantic Records label there,
Ooh,
and she was also in.
I like her.
Yeah, and she was in that TV show Party at 5 that was on the Fox network for a good amount of years. Later, she also starred in
Yeah.
a couple movies. I Know What You Did Last Summer was one of
Yeah,
them.
bro. She was in a ton of movies. She was
Yeah.
in.
She had a series called, I think,
Steel Magnolias.
Ghost Whisperer.
Yes, she was. Yes, that was. Yeah.
Steel Magnolias. She was in a movie called Rhinestone with Sylvester Stallone.
Uh-huh.
She was in a bunch of Christmas things, Christmas movies, Unlikely Angel.
Yep.
But that Sylvester Stallone movie, Grindstone, that's New York Cabbie. She turned into New York. Yeah, it's like, so she was in quite a few throughout the 80s.
Yeah. Okay, there. 80 me 90s.
90, and she has a huge set of tits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, gotta throw this guy in. Chris Bridges, aka Ludacris.
Ah,
Not only is he a successful rapper from the Mid-South, she has also done movie roles as well as, like Hustle and Flow, Crash.
Keith, quick rundown, Keith. What are his big hits, Keith? Ludacris.
Oh, and my favorite, use a hoe. I said that. Use a hoe.
Stand up.
Move, bitch. Get out the way. Stand up. Get back. You don't know me like that. Southern Hospitality. What's your fantasy?
Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way.
He's featured on the song. Yeah, I said that. He's featured on the song Via Via. He did a song with Jason Aldean, Dirt Road Anthem remix. What else? I'm coming up with a blank, but I named a lot. Oh, you want me to go on YouTube and find out more?
Or probably go on Google, I guess.
Nah, YouTube. Let's see. Roll out. Number 1 spot.
Yeah. The
I
song
think I named
Georgia.
all of his victims. Yeah, Georgia.
I
Yep.
remember hearing that.
Madonna,
Dang, Earl.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, Madonna.
Madonna,
Yeah, she started a lot of movies as well there.
I remember one of his songs.
Jennifer Lopez.
Ludacris said, "I got a house with an elevator in it."
Dang.
I'm gonna find out which song that was. I got a house with an elevator
All right,
in
I gotta
it.
get something
It
to
is
drink. I'll be right back, dudes.
okay. Which
Meanwhile, we'll hear
song?
the crowd.
Yeah.
Debbie
Um,
Harry.
I think it's. I can't find it.
Eminem.
How low.
J-Lo.
Saturday. It's Saturday. And I remember he was in the a lot of Fast and Furious movies. He has Welcome to Atlanta. Get Bucket. I think it's Get Bucket here, the one where he says he has an elevator in his house. I got a house with an elevator in it.
Damn, that thing is loud.
Oh yeah, it's
Frank
very loud.
Sinatra.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm actually in a more quiet spot. Well, I'm not about to be
That's
right now.
fine.
But
Dickerson,
Barbara Streisand.
I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
gonna mute. I'm just gonna let the sound come
Let
through.
Mark speak. Okay. Barbara Streisand. She's done.
Bing Crosby.
Oh yeah. Lady Gaga. She was in one of the Machete movies, the third remake of A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper.
Yes. Well, here's the receipt.
She was also in House of Gucci with Adam Driver. She was also in King Richard with Will Smith.
Keith, what song is that?
I
was
don't
gonna
know.
ask.
I don't know. I'm in the skating rink right now. I'm in the
Ask
skating.
the DJ.
No, the DJ's all the way upstairs. No customers allowed to go upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Queen Latifah. She's a rapper as well.
Oh, yes.
She starred in the series Living Single. She did a movie with Steve Martin.
Yeah.
And I guess she's currently starring in the new version of The Equalizer on CBS.
She is more known for her acting, I think.
Yeah, she did a couple of good. I guess she released a couple of rap records like "All Hail the Queen" during the later part of the '90s. There,
But she was in the movie with Jamie Fallon, remember?
I think so. Yeah. And plus, also we gotta include this person here. Let's see, what's that other person? Oh, one of my personal favorite actors, Michael Shannon. Remember we talked about him as his portrayal in General Zod and Man of Steel in our Patreon show on Superman?
Yes.
Yeah, which by the way, we got to plug Ark's Patreon. Go to
Yeah, go ahead.
patreon.com/Arknolia. Sign up for that, for whichever tier you prefer, and listen, learn, and enjoy. Definitely. There's a lot. He discussed a lot of good stuff there. Wrestling, sports, music, movies, TV there. The whole bunch. Definitely. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, I've got a lot of my lists over there.
Absolutely.
You know, my top whatever.
And by the way, Shannon, there's a new movie coming out here, where he portrays George Jones. It's about George Jones and Tammy Wynette's relationship together there. I guess that's out either on the theaters or on one of the streaming services. I'm not too sure.
Well, I've seen ads for it on the streaming services.
Absolutely.
I forget which one.
Yeah. And he has an indie rock band called Corporal. In 2010, they released their self-titled album, a song called Obama, in support of Barack Obama.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And this guy, you got to give this man credit as an actor. He's been in Boardwalk Empire, The Shape of Water, Law and Order SVU on one episode. You know, and plus, as well as we all know, General Zod. That's probably one of my favorites from him because he made Zod look like a fucking menace with that one of his looks, man. Man, oh man. When you see Zod pissed off the way Shannon portrays it, it's like, holy shit. Don't fuck with this guy. Oh, Jennifer Hudson? She was, I guess, she's had a successful movie career. She's won an Academy Award and a few Grammys as well there. In Dreamgirls in 2006. You know, in fact, she was one of the, I guess she was one of the contestants on American Idol, if I'm correct there. She may not have earned the top spot there, but she certainly went on to other big things, like Chris Daughtry did. Go ahead.
I'm gonna backtrack to Bing Crosby.
Go ahead.
Great singer, great songs, a lot of great movies. My two favorites are White Christmas
Oh yeah.
and one called Holiday Inn.
You're right. You're right, Dr. Earl. Jennifer Hudson was on American Idol.
All right.
I remember when she was on, I used to watch it.
What?
Yeah, I used to watch American Idol. Like I've seen it. I started seeing it from the end of season 1. The first show I watched was the last show of season 1.
Clay Aiken?
Yeah, I saw that whole season.
Oh gosh.
I think that was the best season. Him and Ruben.
Yeah,
Ruben Stubbard, yeah.
Yeah.
and Carrie Underwood was on it.
She was in that same one, right?
Kelly
Yeah.
Clarkson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she
She
had
was
to
the
go with
first
his.
one, I think, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I believe
yes.
so. Yeah, she was. In fact, now Kelly Clarkson, now her musical career is kind of derailed. She's now doing talk shows in the early afternoons.
Oh, so I hate talk shows. They're so annoying.
I know, same here. Along with Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, I'm talking about the TV. Yeah, you're probably talking about that too. I just want to say I'm talking about the TV show.
I'm telling you, I don't really watch them though because they're they're for the girls. They're all for the girls. They're all for the women there. You know, that's obviously there. Here's another one.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon, you know who he was? He was an actor a couple movies there. He was married to Mariah Carey for a few years there. He now has a thing called the Nick Cannon Show. And guess what his audience consists of? Women, all wearing masks.
Oh, I did watch the first season of The Masked Singer. Nick Cannon was the host.
Yeah. Well, this is a different show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Beyonce knows. She has a successful movie career and a music career as well there. She was in the second Austin Powers movie. No, I guess, what was it? No, the third Austin. Gold member, yes.
Yes.
What's she face? Foxy, what's her face there? Yeah.
Foxy Cleopatra.
Okay, there. Obviously there.
Oh yeah, I've watched Wildin' Out on YouTube. Nick Cannon's the host on that. I've seen a bunch of episodes on YouTube.
I remember that show there.
Yep.
She also she was also in Dreamgirls as well as one drama called Obsessed, which is kind of like a retelling of the movie Fatal Attraction in a way there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Leonard Nimoy had an album on.
Oh yeah, really? I think I remember hearing about that. I forgot when to find out for sure there. And I guess that was kind of the same thing as Shatner's, I guess.
Shatner, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm there.
About Elias from WWE.
I don't know if he ever had an album out.
I mean, technically, I think he did.
I'm not too sure. It may have
It
been a
was a
mail order.
wrestling thing.
I think it may
Yeah.
have been a mail order through WWE.com
Yeah.
there. But I know Coco Beware, he sang the title cut for an album called Pyre Driver, the wrestling album 2. There was even a video on it featuring the WWF roster at that time, including, of course, Hulk Hogan.
Okay. Mouth from the South, Jimmy Hart.
Oh yeah, that's right. He had the Gentrys.
He
Needle in
was
the Hay.
I think he was the lead singer of that group.
And he had the hit song called Needle in the Haystack.
Keep on dancing.
Oh yeah, that's right there.
Oh, I like that song. Keep on dancing and pressing, keep on dancing and pressing.
What?
Hey,
What?
you're
What?
right.
It
Keith
is.
knows that song.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Thank you.
That's a
Jesse
pretty
the
big
Body,
hit.
Jesse the Body Ventura. He released a picture disc single. Body Rocks, I guess it was called. No, Body Rules. That's what it was. It was dedicated to all the men and women who served in the armed forces. Because remember, he was a Navy SEAL earlier in his life. And he's went on to do some acting roles in The Running Man, Predator, a few others there. In fact, he did a couple of spots on a show called I guess it was called Renegade with Alonzo Lamas in the lead role there. And he also became governor of Minnesota for a good number of years there as an independent. All right, that's good to hear.
Keith, go ahead, honey.
Oh,
Honey?
I got, yeah,
Honey.
I was gonna say, man, I thought Bullfrog was your honey at one point.
wait, no, I was on a call. I was on a call with my companion.
Your companion?
Mm.
Yeah, he drives me around the places.
Oh, you mean your butler?
Yes.
Well, I think it's called a chauffeur.
Okay, there. All right. What do you?
So I didn't hear anything for the last like 60 seconds.
Jeez, dude. Oh yeah, Mark
Oh,
Wahlberg.
no.
Mark Wahlberg, successful actor, started out as a rapper. Marky Mark
and the Funky Bunch.
the Funky Bunch. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
This is around 1990, 91.
Yeah, why? I think you know the song goes, "Good vibrations."
Yes.
It's a good vibration. And Marky Mark's like, come on.
Yep, exactly.
What?
Yeah, look it up on
Never
YouTube,
heard of
man.
that. Never heard of
Okay,
that.
Look it up, man.
I'll send it to you. Why? Do you want me to send it to the group chat or your personal?
How does it go?
Good vibe. Oops, I almost got ran over. Good vibrations.
It was not that
Yes.
much of a rapper, because he had his boxer short show throughout the whole time. He also did some modeling as well for Calvin Klein.
It's like I remember watching VH1 One Hit Wonders of the 90s. And this guy who was talking about good vibrations, and he's like, Marky Mark, he's just like screaming at you in the song. He's like, come on.
Which is how top 40 rappers you should do it around that time there. Come on,
Really,
put your fans up. Yep, yeah, that's how they. Come on, put your fans up in the air. We like you don't care. Fist bump me, yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Okay.
Every time somebody tries to do that at one of our clubs that I go to, I just want to smack him upside the back of his head there. Jeez.
Yeah. I sent
Cheesy
it
as
to
hell.
the group chat. And why you want me to send? I sent it to the group chat. It says loading, or sending.
It will be.
You
It'll
want
be
me
a
to
while
send it
there.
to? You want me to send it to your personal Skype wire?
Nah, the group, just the group.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. One we're on right now.
All right. It says sending.
Yep.
It's like spinning. Spinning.
Let's see if I can do it, man. Blah blah
No,
blah.
I know how to get to stop spinning. I just sign out of Skype and sign back in, and it stops
Let me
spinning.
see if I can do it, bro. Let's see. Give it a
Okay.
rest. Obviously, you're. I will probably have better luck than you there. And we also got
I
an
don't
clue.
think I don't think it's a connection issue. I think it's Skype.
Hmm.
I think it's a Skype issue.
Oh yeah. Well, while we're on this, but keep on mind on the discussion. Got to include Eddie Murphy. Starred in a number of comedy movies. He also released a couple of albums of his own. One of them was, of course, "Party All the Time," written and produced by Rick James. Also,
I didn't know.
yeah, that was back in the '80s. There,
Okay, it says it's sent.
yeah. And also, we got to include, I guess, what's the other guy's name?
I'll be
Oh
right
yeah,
back.
oh yeah, Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, he played bass in a band called Dog Star that played the Ritz in Roseville throughout the early '90s. There.
Uh,
Yep. Mm-mm-mm. All right.
Wait, what did Keanu Reeves do?
Play bass in a band called Dog Star.
Oh,
Yeah. Let me send you the link right now. I think
no, I counted.
I think it finally came through, Keith. Never mind there.
Yeah.
Yep,
I see it.
official music video. Yep, there we go.
Yeah,
It takes a while there.
I counted how many different radio stations Extreme Action Park has. Like they have 6 different stations for like 6 different areas inside the building.
All satellite, right?
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's it's not like it's not Sirius XM. It's not Sirius XM. It's like there's no commercials ever. No ads.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Are you talking about the that Florida thing?
Yeah.
Remember the thing we were talking? Remember when we used to listen to the local radio? What was that app that I used to bring up all the radio stations?
Pandora. No, iHeartRadio.
Oh,
The TuneIn.
yeah, tune in.
All right.
Oh, I don't know. It's actually I think it's probably Pandora.
Chris Christopherson.
Oh yeah, the man who wrote Me and Bobby McGee, that Jazz Joplin did. He's done movies like Stars Born. He was in a couple of action sci-fi. I think it was also in one of the Blade movies as well. There with Wesley Snipes.
Yes, I wonder why he was in that.
I know, probably a fit the description there for the character he played.
Blade Trinity.
Yep, he starred in Alice Doesn't Live Here No More in the '70s. There, the last movie. He appeared in Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, Heaven's Gate, Stagecoach.
Keith, what do you like better, Blade or Shaft?
I don't know. I've no clue.
You never saw Shaft?
Was that with Shaquille O'Neal or some kind of some basketball player?
No. This
It's,
is a black.
Oh, that was
It's a black.
Shazam.
No. Shaft was a black exploitation movie from 1971.
Oh, I'd never seen Blade and I'd never seen Shaft.
Well, watch Shaft first and then watch the first Blade. Thank you very much.
Okay. Is that the same as Blade Runner?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
That's a whole different scenario there.
I remember Tony was talking about the movie Blade Runner one time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blade Runner is a whole different animal other than what Blade is. And Shaft.
Bette Midler.
Bette Midler, yes.
Snap. I got it wrong. Somebody was talking about Tony saying, were you in the movie Blade Runner? With all his lights in his room?
Well, you got to give Tony his due. He does have an interesting studio set up there. I mentioned a couple of times that his studio looks like he is about to blow up Eldron or Krypton or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
think about it there.
Yeah.
All right.
For real.
All right. Yeah, Christopher Sappison, he has started many movies, even started one called Flashpoint with one Treat Williams. I guess Tangerine Dream did the soundtrack of that one there.
David Bowie.
Oh, my goodness. He did a lot of movies as well. Labyrinth, Men Who Fell to Earth, that cameo in Into the Night from '85. He started, I forgot the name of the movie or can't pronounce it, but he started as the role as Andy Warhol himself there. I guess it was an indie release there.
Was he gay?
No. Wasn't Bowie gay?
Yes.
I don't know. There was rumors that he may have been bisexual.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, because you remember his ex-wife, Angela, told on Joan Rivers' show one time that she found him and Jagger naked on the bed together one morning. That caused a whole media stir all over the place and a whole bunch of jokes all around. Now, there may have been, a couple of groupies that they were servicing that night, or who knows, that the girls may have taken off earlier. But who knows?
Did they have like groupies in the 60s with the Beatles and Elvis?
Yes.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Like it was like
Millions of them.
There were
They had him in the
groupies,
50s.
50s.
but it was like but listen, it was like sex though. Like they had sex with them. And stuff?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Back then, even.
Yep.
Dang.
Back then, yes. Absolutely. Girls
Do you
love
think
rock
it was-
stars.
Keith,
You
no.
think that-
No.
No
Hey.
interrupting.
Your answer is no, Keith.
No, it's not.
JB rule. The JB rule. JB rule.
Hey, JB can go stab himself in the head. Okay.
Ah.
So
Well, let's get JB on the call and let him know about that, man. Let's see what he has to say to that, man.
he said he would never be on a call with me ever again. He said that like 12 times.
Well,
Well,
He's on
apparently
call.
he did 11 after he was on there with you once.
It's a meme, Keith.
Yeah. You're right. Ark.
yeah.
So did they have sex with millions of fans or less than millions?
We don't know.
I don't
Thousands.
think
Yeah.
anybody's had sex with millions of fans.
You know, you can
Thousands.
probably ask.
Anybody.
And probably the biggest one of them all we all know is Gene Simmons.
Or Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
Bobby Lashley, Keith from WWE.
Oh yeah. I remember Joe and JD complaining about him because he Vince McMahon wanted to change him to like a different character.
Oh, gosh. This is one of the reasons why I'm glad Vince is gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's another reason why. We all know Sonya Deville is lesbian, right? Mandy Rose, who was was the tag team partners with Sonya, she pitched an idea to the creative department of having them involved in a lesbian romantic storyline. They took that the so-called creative team of that company took that idea and gave it to Lana and Liv Morgan. That's what Sonya Deville said herself when she witnessed that. Like, huh?
And Lana was married to
Rusev.
Rusev.
Yeah, she still is, yeah. Rusev Crush.
Is Lana on WWE or is she on
No.
AEW?
Maybe she should be in AEW.
She's not in either one as far as I know.
Yeah, she was let go by WWE a long while back. Long after her husband was. In fact, she got punished by the WWE because her husband went to AEW. They had her come out and lose repeatedly each week to Nia Jax. And you can see on the face when she walked out to the ring when they had that Thunderdome thing going on that she had that, oh, good, here we go again.
What? What are you talking about? Here we go again. What?
Never mind.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Okay, let's see. Justin Timberlake.
Ah,
Yeah, he's done a lot of movies. Friends with Benefits, this whatever name it is, blah blah blah. What's that? Son of a bitch. Oh yeah, got to get that name out here. He started. Let's see there. He did Trolls. Yeah, he did also movies like Alpha Dog, Social Network. And he's also a good singer as well there. He had a lot of hit songs there. Cry Me a River, Sexy Back, What Comes Around Goes Around.
My favorite Justin Timberlake song is "Chop Me Up."
oh
That's on
shit!
his. Yeah, chop me up. You won't said you won't chop me up. I don't know. Yo, that song was ill. I remember that song from like 2014, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Until the End of Time remix with Beyonce.
Harry Connick Jr., jazz musician and singer, released tons of albums. He started a few movie roles. Copycat with Sigourney Weaver at one point. He was also involved in Law and Order Special Victims Unit, who gets romantically involved with the detective Libya Benson.
Now, were there any? Obviously, there were. If you look at it this way, like someone like Will Smith, his acting career was more successful than his
rap career.
So, were there any? What about the opposite? Were there any singers that started with like the movie career better than the singing career?
Well, I think a couple of them.
Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg, definitely.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I do. He made it big as an actor, definitely, because people couldn't stomach the rapper that he was trying to be. Try to look all hood and ghetto there. In fact, some say that he may have
I liked it.
But
did he have those like do-rags?
No, but he was. I think it may have been one who started those underwear showing out all the time when he wore his pants.
Keith, when do you think the do-rag came out? Like in 2000, 50 Cent started wearing them?
Another one, by the way, we got to mention as well.
Yes, exactly.
50 Cent, yeah.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, he was in the movie. Yeah. He was in a number of movies. One of them, Den and Thieves, with Pablo Schreiber.
Oh, wow.
And he was the executive producer of that show, Power, that ran on the FX network for a good number of years.
Yeah, how long? Is it still going on? Is Power still on?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, okay.
Pardon me, honey? What'd you say?
Okay.
Power.
One I hate to bring up, Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the most successful former actor that turned musician with a huge musician career. Keith, I think you know who I'm talking about right now.
I don't know, but if you
your favorite rapper just released an album.
Drake.
Yeah.
What you be playing? You Call of Duty?
No, I'm on a YouTube show right now.
Nah, but what type of YouTube show? Yeah, you can go behind.
It's right now.
Yeah, plug our show, man.
It's a music show.
It's a music show. We talk about heavy metal a little bit more.
Judas Priest and
hip hop.
No, it's a type of music. It's like we talk about hip hop. We're talking about like actors that
60s music, 70s music, you name it, man.
Classic rock.
I have to go. Like, I'm late.
What?
John Stamos.
Hello,
oh, yeah.
Keith.
Hello. Yeah.
Where you going?
Home.
Other than crazy.
Can you stay on in the car or no?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Are people driving you crazy? It's a short trip.
Oh, was someone asking
No.
you? Was someone asking, like a stranger asking you about the show, or was your driver?
Yeah, it was a stranger.
Oh.
All right, there.
He thought I was playing Call of Duty right now.
Oh.
He's like, "What you be on, Call of Duty?"
Oh, because you have your
Oh,
headphones.
obviously, I see
Yeah.
there. But the kid is.
Hillary Duff.
Oh yeah, she released it. She was in a few movies there, and she also released it a couple albums as well there. I remember the Kroger store I worked at back in the early 2000s had one
Yeah.
of her songs called "So Yesterday."
I said we talk about heavy metal. He said, "What game is that? What game is heavy metal?"
Oh, dude.
It was a black guy too.
Oh, of course.
I don't know. He looked like he was like 18.
Oh yeah, well, you should probably tell him to listen to our shows more often on whichever channel it's on, ARC's, mine, or YR's there, to listen and learn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
All right, next time.
Yeah, next time. Next time
Well,
you
I
see.
wouldn't put it that way.
What?
But what?
What'd you say, Art?
I don't know that I'd put it that way.
Well,
Listen and learn.
People need to know about the artists that we were talking about because a lot of people. Because you remember.
True.
Yeah, because remember that song Rihanna and Kanye West did with Paul McCartney?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
Well, you should.
You never.
What year was
Keith,
that?
It was a couple years. Actually, it was a couple years back there. May have
When
been
everyone loved
2014.
Kanye.
Yeah. They did a song called 45 Seconds. It was a good hit on the radio there. And all the kids, all the little teeny boppers, like, who is Paul McCartney?
Yeah,
And,
I know who that is.
And we all know who Paul McCartney is, but these little dweeby teeny boppers out there, about 10 or 11 years old, they don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But then again, these are the kids they're spoon-fed the stuff that's out there now.
Yep. So, like, it came out in 2020?
2020?
Nah,
Because, like, I stopped.
Probably
Yours
like the 2010s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably around 2014. Look it up.
Because Kanye
right.
really hasn't been doing music the past couple years like that. Like, he
I
did
know,
his Christian stuff, but his gospel stuff, but...
I didn't know he did any gospel
yeah.
stuff there.
Remember that
he
one?
was doing. He put out a gospel album, and then he was performing his gospel album in prisons.
Mm.
He went to prisons and performed his gospel album. There.
Oh, Johnny Cash. He also, speaking of prison, Johnny Cash, remember the two albums he did in San Quentin and Folsom?
He wasn't an actor, though.
Well, he did this one TV movie called The Pride of Jesse Helm that was made for TV years back about an elderly man who's moved into a new area, learning to
Was
read.
this in the 60s?
No, it was in the later 70s.
Ah.
It's about a guy who's now learning to read for the first time.
And Johnny Cash was a star in that movie?
Yep, correct. And Keith, good standing in the wind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I'm in the car.
You're in the car.
Okay, I'll
Roll up
mute.
the window, man.
Yeah,
no,
man.
No, I'll just mute.
All right, there. Yeah, let's see here. Continuing with the list here. We got to throw this one out here. Believe it or not, I came across this years back there. Let me see if I can find it there. John Travolta released it at an album. Let me look it up there. John Travolta album, 1978. Okay, let's find it here.
Oh, Lord, the Brady Bunch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He had released a couple albums. One titled John Travolta, another called Travolta Fever. That's what
Gee, I wonder what they're trying to play off there.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. It came
David
out.
Cassidy.
Yeah, exactly. Started, and we got to throw him in there as well. There, he recorded with the Partridge Family, as well as starred on the TV show. He also had another TV show which he starred in called David Cassidy, Private Detective, I guess it was called. After he left that show, the Partridge Family, that is.
Mm.
Now, I don't know if the Travolta album did well or not, but I do know Lindsay Lohan released a couple records there. She tried to make it as a singer. She had this one hit song called Rumors around 2005. And it was played well on the commercial radio circuit there. But the next one she came out a couple years later, she made a video out called From Daughter to Father, and it was directed by her, and it was kind of like detailing the abuse that their father, Michael Lohan, leveled on their mom, her, and her younger sister. And I guess it's probably safe to say that this fool was probably one of the biggest reasons why Lindsay went down the path that she did. If I'm correct. All right.
Oh, I remember watching. Oh no, never mind. That was someone else.
Watching what? Oh.
Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. The reality show.
Yes, Paris Hilton. She released an album.
Oh, they did.
And yes, it did terrible.
Wait,
You're cutting out, Keith.
oh yeah, I remember watching the reality.
The reality show.
Oh, hey, I remember watching the reality show.
Which one?
It's like the Paris and Nicole show. I think it was on Fox.
The Paris and Nicole show.
Yeah, just like a Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie reality show. It was cool.
Yeah, when they were still buddies there.
It was kind of like watching the Jersey Shore.
I do. I remember the whole thing there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Paulie D.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Richie.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now. Reality show. It was The Simple Life.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. And I guess
That was back
Paris
when
Hilton's.
Paris Hilton did
That
at
was
least
back-
I'm talking. Paris Hilton did
Okay.
put out an album of dance music, not really, but more like in the style of the pop genre at that time. Flopped massively.
Oh, what about Hilary Duff?
She put well.
I
She
think
got.
mentioned
Actress.
We'd already mentioned her. Yeah.
You
So
mentioned
Oh,
her,
alright.
honey.
yep.
Okay.
Now, come on, sweetie pie.
Dude.
Hmm.
Oh man.
Well, what are we going to do next week?
Well,
Because tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
yeah, I know. We're gonna be off tomorrow there. Okay there. We could probably, I get this idea. Heavy metal is not usually a black man's, persona, mostly at that time. But we could take a look at black musicians involved in heavy metal. But does that sound like a good idea?
Name two.
Well, we know Hendrix would be. I know it's not considered a heavy metal artist, but he was an inspiration of all the guitar players. We could look at the band Living Colour. They were very heavy. They're still together there. 24/7 Spies, Bad Brains out of New York City, which is a straight ahead punk rock band.
Okay, that's the show.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so I
No,
guess
I mean,
that's the show. What the fuck? Anyways,
you named them all.
okay. Let's see there. Well, there's others out
Either
there.
that or we can just think about it and come up with them on Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
We could possibly do it.
Are we going live tomorrow?
No, tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
No,
Man.
Thanksgiving.
All right, yeah. We'll go to resume on Wednesday, possibly Wednesday. I'm not though sure. I got to see what's going on here because we're still moving to Florida, which will be in Miami. Probably just as well because the preppies out there and the hurricanes.
Where in Florida are you moving to?
Near Tampa.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And I will still do the music show with you guys. Definitely, that's for sure. I'm not leaving.
Yes.
Just remind me, I got to remind myself that I'm going to be in the Eastern time zone. No, so I don't think it's 6 p.m. here. I forgot. Got to remind myself. I keep advertising our show for 7 p.m. Eastern time, so I got to remind myself that when the clock comes around.
Yeah.
All right, there. Okay, so I guess that concludes our show for today, folks. All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. Subscribe to Arknolia's Patreon. Once again, it's patreon.com/Arknolia. Subscribe to YR's channel, the YR program. Subscribe to my channel, Dr. Earl W. Brown. And you guys have yourselves a great Thanksgiving. Okay? Happy Thanksgiving, Ark, YR, Keith, and everybody else in this community.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, so everybody out there listening as well there.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good one, dudes and chicks everywhere. See ya later. All right.
Bye, you guys.